and welcome back to part 5 of The Evil Within. This time, we're going to go into the inner recesses. Well, that's what the chapter's called anyway, so I'll take a hazard a guess. We start immediately right in front of the hospital door, so we can immediately just go straight back into the hospital area and upgrade a little bit more. Hey! I'm not going to put it all in my sprint this time, since my sprint's alright now. Oh, this is saying that he's got a new, he's been given a new sidekick. He can't work with his missus anymore. He's got Joseph working with him now. Which is actually a little bit of foreshadowing for this chapter, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Is it this way we're supposed to? No, it's not. The bloody camera angles. Wasting my time.
Necessary for me, my ass.
She cut herself off. And there's nothing there. Chapter 5 onwards, when the chapters start getting a bit longer, so this chapter probably won't fit in this part. But we've got an extra key last time, so we can get more stuff. And this, oh yes, the lightning bolts, or the shock bolts. They outright freeze enemies in the vicinity. Like, as in they'll stun lock them, they won't be able to move. I changed my sentence because later on you can actually get a freeze bolt, so I was like, it's not the same thing. Can we open it through this door? Yeah. This door's weird. Sometimes it lets you open it just to get a shortcut to the upgrades room. Other times it will not let you open that door. You have to go through the main entrance. Never understood why. Right, let's have a look at what we got. Yeah. Making the syringe recover them just that bit more is always handy. We'll see if anything's actually worth 200 quickly. No. The thing is, the early syringe recoveries don't actually put that much extra. Like, say your health's 100, you've just gone from 30 health back to 36. That's not going to make too much of a difference in the heat of the moment. It's just later on when you start getting like 60 or so on that's when it actually starts to come in helpful. He's watching. Something. Chapter 5, the inner recesses. Most of these doors can be opened, and some of them have some weird little secret in it. Oh, that body doesn't even come alive. Oh, hello. Right, also, bit of a warning for you guys. Inner Recesses is the chapter where they try and enforce its horror nature as much as possible. So if you're not into, like, horror, this is where I start recommending you might want to turn away. Because, yeah. It's not like blunt in your face jump scares like Outlast tries to be, but it's just a fair warning. And this chapter tries to be a bit more darker, than a bit more grimmer than what we've had so far. The horror nature starts to come into play, I think is the best way of putting it. Which is probably why this chapter's a bit bigger as well, because like the developers realised, oh yeah, wait, we're making a horror game. That door's locked. If you can see like the black ooze chains over them, you can't do anything, and I think that's an invisible enemy. Yeah, there is an invisible enemy. Bugger. Got ya. Do you see why I upgraded the harpoon bolt now? Because they just wipe. When you kill the invisible hero, will open the door to the next area, but I want to check the other doors before I move on. Like, yeah, you can see it to our right, the door there's open. I'm gonna make some more bolts. On easy mode, you get so many more bolts than you do on normal. Like you can have like a near infinite stock, but on normal onwards, no. It just doesn't give it up for you. This room's weird. I never understood this room. It's just a room and you're surrounded by child laughter. And the child stops laughing when you put your light out. I've never got that room. There might be some secret or just some cool thing that happens if you do certain things in that room or whatever, but I've never found it. I don't know the purpose of that room. If any of you guys know, let me know. Well, that's a big bottle. That's already got 1,000. Yep. The game's going to start getting a tad more generous with the gel experience, because some of them cost quite a bit to get anyway.
Looks like I have to get down.
Yeah, but I'm not going down there straight away. I want to look around. Oh, this is where you sort of learn that Sebastian has no concept of fall damage. Because you can fall some great heights and you'll just roll and be fine. I need to upgrade my match stock as well at some point, because 5 matches, there's going to be situations later on where I'll need more than 5 matches. I'll need like 12. Oh, that's pleasant. To be fair, dolls and mannequins are my personal turn off with horror. I don't do dolls and mannequins. I can do everything else, but not those. They just creep me out for some reason. I can't put my finger on it. Right, now I think there's more invisibles in here. Yeah, you can see it running across the water and towards me. Ooh. That's dead. Should we reload? I keep on pressing the circle button to reload instead of square. A circle puts your gun away, so that could be quite hazardous if I end up doing that in the middle of a firefight. Just, oh, don't mind me, putting my pistol back in my pocket. I'll adjust to it eventually. Before there's any serious firefights, I'll probably start pressing square. It's just for now. Aha. Okay, I'll shoot the last one, but and the thing dies with one more bullet after the arrow. Why is this one taking a fucking pound? Is my melee really that weak? Uh oh, I might die here. Wow, that thing took a fucking pounding. Wow, well, that could have gone a lot worse, and it could have gone better. I mean, we could have died. But at the same time, look at our health! It's slowly regenerating back. Yeah, as I mentioned before, you have to stand still to regenerate anything. Oh, we're out of bolts, bugger. Well, we're surviving with what we got for now. I'm gonna wait until it restores as much as possible, then use the syringe. I think it's where we need to go anyway. Ooh, ammo. And gel, yay! A very small bottle, but still. There's also a keycard for where we were. Right, now word of warning, on your way back, more invisibles spawn in. And depending on what difficulty you're on, depends on how many you deal with. Yeah, because the game actually has a really well done difficulty settings. Like, it won't just make enemies harder, it will rearrange enemies. It will bring harder enemies that are usually in later areas into earlier areas. It will change ammo layout, it will change ammo, like the amount it gives you, change certain locations are. It really changes a lot between difficulties, and it really adds a new spice to it, and that's kind of fresh and very rarely seen in a lot of video games. I've just realised I've got an explosive bolt. The thing didn't even die from that. My. There. Oh, it's dead. Never mind. If it drops if it drops any gel, it's dead. Sometimes I just do it instinctively, like set it on fire just to be safe. But when it's dead, you never have to set it on fire. The matches is literally just for trying to catch out the dead, or whether they're downed on the floor, quickly lighting them. Now I'm sure there's another one here, but that might just be on nightmare difficulty or hard mode. It's pretty much. Yeah, there's not one here. That's on hard mode. On hard mode, there's another one there. So if you're going for it on hard, brace yourself. Oh, more gel. Because you can just punch glass. Oh, there's Ruvik again. Right, now this next section's another bit that seems cool, but it's another section that I actually don't enjoy because I don't like things that are mostly luck based. Like, you'll see what I mean when we get down here, but there's a point where it forces you to make 3 judgment calls in a row, and all 3 of them are 50-50 guesses. One of them resulting in you moving forward, the other resulting in death. But you'll see what I mean. You go in here, the room's empty, give it a few seconds, holes appear. Once you check the hole, you can see a little bit of a ghostly guy doing a bit of stuff, and a door will appear next to it. Once you open the door, there'll be a body attached to things with 2 buttons in front of it. Here's what I meant by the 50-50 chance. You have to press the right button. You press the right button, that body gets stabbed. Press the wrong button, well, you see all these holes in the floor, you get stabbed instead. So let's give this a go. I'm gonna go for the dying sunflower. Bollocks. Well, there you go. I'll go with the good sunflower this time. Yeah, of course it worked. To be fair, if it didn't work and it got me stabbed, then I'd know that it's randomised, which, if it's a randomised puzzle, then that's real bullshit. But yeah, the blood trail works for this little patch in the wall there, which you need to go through the other 2 doors and do the same thing in to get. The ghostly being then, like, I know it's a little bit of spoilers for late game, but the person there is Ruben, and Ruben is Ruvik before he became Ruvik, like before he became the weird monster guy you're seeing running around now. So you're just seeing glimpses of Ruben's research prior to this. I have no idea why they decided to change his name from Ruben to Ruvik when he became a dead guy. Why not just call him Ruvik, like, and just leave it at that, or stick with Ruben? Why does he suddenly have to have the more villainous name after he's dead? Oh, you can start to see it develop, shall we say. Oh shit, I didn't check for the 3rd one. The 3rd one's him, like, reading a book, I think.
Assimilation of subject's consciousness. Initial symptoms: sharp pain and brainstem centered on insertion point, followed by gradual onset of hemorrhaging as capillaries dilate. Over time, degradation of the ego generates strong suicidal tendencies. They lose who they are and become clay, completely reshapeable in my image. But not me. Something keeps me from staying completely within.
That audio file there was about Ruvik, and it was him trying to analyse human minds, and he says he can't completely understand it, so it feels like there's something stopping him getting completely within. Getting all the blood will make this little transition happen, so we get a new door, yeah! Oddly enough. You'd think it'd be something much more demonic on the other side of it, but no, it's just a little corridor. Oh, and this guy will look familiar. Good old Joseph's here.
Joseph. Thank God you're okay. I don't know what I am, but it's definitely not okay. You brought me here? Jesus, what happened? My head feels like... Do you hear that? We need to get out of here. Can you move? Yeah, Joseph!
For such a gothic and dark game, look how simple it is. Just stand next to him, hold X. It doesn't cost you anything else to heal or anything like that, you just hold X. Even if you have no medical supplies whatsoever, you just do it and it's fine. Joseph will be accompanying us for a little while. So you're not on your own, and he can stand his own. He does have a gun. He doesn't shoot it that often. Like, he doesn't shoot it as often as you'd want. Like, he takes his time with each shot. But he is an extra pair of hands, so that's something. He can also disarm bombs and shit just as much as we can. Hell, even I'd say he's even a little bit more able, because there's something later on that only he can disable. Hey, more ammo. Right, now if I remember rightly, for going into that room, we get greeted with an enemy back here. Or was that just on the harder difficulties? I know there's enemies over here, but I'm sure if you go through that door when you came back up, there was an enemy like right in your face that just spawned in.
Keep your eyes peeled.
There's one. The only thing is though, the enemies, they only ever focus on you. Which, trust me, will be the death of you more often than not. Because I don't mind fighting these more head on, because back in chapter 2 we didn't have the shotgun. The shotgun makes them a lot more firefights bearable. Is Joseph going to finish him, or am I going to have to? Oh, we got him. Good, Joseph. I'm going to use a healing though, just to get myself closer to full. And there's one there anyway, so I can just restock. Oh, ammo. Sorry that... Yeah, I have to apologise that my upload schedule for the Evil Within parts has been so out of whack. But this is sort of the reason why I haven't... I didn't do it for Let's Play number 3. I've been doing it as number 4. It's because it's a lot harder of a game to put together. To edit for you guys. Ooh. Like, in the terms, like, there's a lot more I have to put together with it. Well, I can't just record it and throw it out to you guys. I have to do a lot of things, like little checks. And the game itself is actually kind of challenging. Like, I've edited out a lot of fuck-ups along the way. I didn't actually expect him to get back up. Like, if they're funny fuck-ups, I leave them in, but if not, never mind. And it's also putting the footage together, because the game can be quite horrendous with its load time. So I've edited out almost every load time. There's some load times you probably don't even know where it happened. But yeah, I've tried my best to edit them out. And it's just a lot of other general stuff I have to edit through or go through again or tinker with, and just so many little things I have to go through, stopping it from being out in front of you every single day. I just can't do it.
You can get past it. Stand back. Let me see if I can disarm it.
Right, now this is introduced to a gimmick. Like, he's going to disarm this bomb here. Later on there'll be a point where you have to disarm another bomb and enemies will attack, so you have to defend him. So this is just introducing you to the gimmick. And for some reason the letterbox has to be here the whole way through because it's an active cutscene. Oh. Oh, I remember this. I'm going to shut up for this.
What is it with this sound? I thought it was something electronic. Joseph, after Connolly, I thought...
I don't know what came over me. I haven't been feeling well, but...
Look, let's just get out of here. There's something wrong with this place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. The high-pitched siren-like sound that was going through the area has an effect on certain people here. And you might want to keep a note of that, that even though Sebastian heard it and it hurt his ears a little, he wasn't affected. He didn't go monster form like Joseph did and tried to fight back. So it's worth keeping an eye on. Right, past that door is a relatively challenging section, which, looking at the video how long this has been, I think I'm going to save for next time, but there is a save room next to it, so I'm at least going to go in here and upgrade first. Oh. Wait, we turn around and go back on ourselves and back over here.
Have you forgotten something?
Oh, a new newspaper. Mental patients claim abuse. Oh. And that's probably because of the asylum or the hospital even that we went to. I don't know why I said asylum. Outlast still on the mind, I'm guessing. Look, we've got 10,000 experience points. We've got to be able to buy a few things. Ooh, the options, the options. No, excuse me. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll up my life a little. I could do it again. I can't upgrade my sprint again even if I wanted to. I'll put some more in my harpoon, make it a bit stronger. You can only upgrade the range for the shock bolt blast. You can't upgrade the actual damage. Up the damage on the pistol, make it a bit more effective in case we run out of shotgun rounds. Reload a little quicker, and I'll put one on critical just a good measure. And I don't think I can afford anything else, so I'll be happy with that. So sweet. Oh, my throat is really buggered. Anyway, I'm going to call this a part, so next time on The Evil Within, we'll go through that double door that we was at with Joseph, and see what else we can find, and maybe find an answer to what the siren is and what it's doing to Joseph. But until then, see you next time.